Hello everybody, how are you? And welcome to my channel, Fertility, Hope, and Healing. Today, guys, I'm going to be talking about my number one tip when it comes to fertility and being able to get pregnant, and that is reducing stress. And I'm sure you guys may be kind of tired about hearing about how stress affects fertility, but understand that stress is the number one cause of disease out there. So therefore, if it's contributing to disease, it would be contributing to fertility issues. And just the act of trying to get pregnant can cause a lot of stress and anxiety surrounding it. So today, guys, I have 7 ways that you can reduce your stress and anxiety when you're trying to conceive. So the first thing is to understand really what stress is and how it's going to affect your fertility. And that is, stress is really a combination of fear and anger. Fear and frustration is a huge part of contributing to anxiety. So you want to kind of prevent those things from happening. So the symptoms of anxiety when trying to conceive can be things like fear, worry, obsessive thinking, overthinking things, and that can lead to a severe case of anxiety, which would include panic attacks, obsessive compulsive behavior, and even traumatic stress syndrome, or post-traumatic stress. So every time that you're not getting pregnant every month, that can cause a lot of post-traumatic stress in a person's life, depending on how long it's been going on. And understand that stress is not just affecting you when you're trying to conceive. It'll continue to affect you when you're pregnant. It'll affect you when you're thinking about the birthing process, and it'll affect you when you become a mom to that baby. So, and they know that stress actually affects in utero the baby, and the baby's health. So if you want to have a healthy pregnancy, you want to learn ways that you can cope and de-stress now so it doesn't continue once you do get pregnant. So there are certain things that cause stress when you're trying to conceive. And I usually associate this to both conscious stressors and unconscious stressors. Conscious stressors are things that you are aware of or are feeling when you're trying to conceive, and unconscious stressors are those things that you aren't aware of that are affecting your stress levels. In our modern society, we have a lot of stress that goes on. And so it could be, the conscious stressors could be the stress from your job or a project that you have to do, a deadline, and then just the thought of trying to conceive and adding more things into your life in order to do that. And the unconscious stressors are things like radiation, electrical magnetic frequencies, exposure to the environment, chemicals, those types of things. And those are stressing out your body also. So probably the first step a lot of people take when they're trying to conceive is to get organized. And getting organized really will help you in making efforts when you're trying to have a baby. So you want to start getting organized in the area of charting your ovulation, charting when it is that you are having a period every month, how long your period is for, and all the details that surround that, and being able to get organized with appointments that you're going to need to make to actually do some pre-pregnancy lab work and workup, and also helping the hubby to go or your partner to go and get tested. So those are the types of things too that can actually stress people out, is the whole process of all these lists of things to do when they're first trying to get ready to try to conceive. So this is not even to mention IVF. If you guys are going to be going down the road of assisted reproductive technology, there's a whole lot of stressor that goes on with that, and getting organized to be able to do that. And there's a whole timing and charting and being able to take these medications at certain times. So that can also be a huge amount of stress on your plate when you're trying to have a baby. What I have found is the root of anxiety and stress when trying to conceive is really trying to control the outcomes of things that can't be controlled. And control, understand, is an illusion. And you want to look at it as, I need to take action towards certain steps instead of trying to take control, because you really don't have control over a lot of things when it comes to trying to conceive. You don't have control if that sperm's going to hit the egg every single month. You don't have control if you are having some type of complications a lot of times. The only things that you are able to do is to take certain actions that'll help you in de-stressing your life and also getting organized to be able to try to conceive. So the 7 ways that you can take to reduce anxiety and fears surrounding trying to conceive. The first one is gratitude. Gratitude is like medicine for the soul. Gratitude is the medicine for anxiety. It is like taking a pill and being able to look at what you have around you and all the good that is around you. Our minds will focus on what is missing in our lives. It naturally does this. And 80% of the thoughts that go in our mind is negative. And so instead of being directed by your thoughts, direct your thoughts towards healing, towards peace, towards calm. This is one of the biggest things that you can do. And a way to do that is to have gratitude, to be thankful what you have and what is around you, and make a list of that every single day, or go over a list that you have written down daily. And that could be, I'm thankful that I am fertile. I'm thankful that my husband and I are ready to try to have a baby. I'm thankful that I am healthy, I am strong. So those types of things that you want to be thankful for, as opposed to just constantly thinking about what is missing in your life. The second way that you can reduce your stress and anxiety when trying to conceive is to focus on your belief systems and your faith. Your belief systems, your faith, your perspective is really, really important when you're trying to conceive. You want to be actually able to believe and have faith that this will happen. Many times women will have fears surrounding whether or not that this will happen for them. Am I able to get pregnant? Will I get pregnant? Am I pregnant? And constantly fearing and having obsessive thoughts surrounding that situation. So it's good to actually write down a declaration, is what I call it, or a faith statement. Something that you can write down that's going to direct your thoughts towards healing, towards peace, towards calmness, and build confidence in yourself that you can have the belief and the faith that this will happen. And so how a declaration will look is to write down like a series of I am statements. Like I mentioned before, you wrote down the gratitude and then the thankfulness around the gratitude. It really kind of goes hand in hand with that. So you can write down that I am healthy, I am strong, I am fertile. And then after you try for pregnancy 1 month, you can say, I am pregnant. The mind-body connection is really, really huge. Our minds are very powerful, and there is such a thing as a placebo effect. And over time, if you keep telling yourself what you think about is what you will manifest. So understand that your thoughts that are going through your mind are really, really important. And in order to help direct your thoughts, you can write down this declaration, a paragraph long. You can do it once and go over it daily, or you can do it on a daily basis. Or just constantly, you can memorize it. You can write it down 10 times, memorize it, and go over and over it in your mind whenever you have those thoughts of fear and stress concerning, am I gonna get pregnant, or whatever thoughts that you're having that are stressing you out. The third tip I have in order to reduce stress when trying to conceive is to write down a new story. All right, all of us have a story that's going on in our head when it comes to our fertility. And so, like I said before, many of you may be fretting that, will this ever happen for me? Can I get pregnant? Am I pregnant? All those different things. And so what you want to do is, again, with a journal, sit down and address the concerns that are coming up for you. Address all these fears that you're having concerning trying to conceive. And There could be a lot of them, or there just could be a few of them. And then what you want to do is, once you have addressed those concerns, you want to start writing a new story. So just switch the script that's going on in your head. So let's say you're concerned, you have a health issue and you're concerned about having a healthy baby, or you're older and you're concerned about having a healthy baby, or you're overweight, or there could be a variety of different things that's going on that you're concerned about your health and about the health of your baby. And understand that the health of the parents at the time of conception is what how you were able to get a healthy baby in the first place. But in order to address that concern, you can write down that I am strong, I am healthy, and I'm gonna have a healthy baby on a consistent basis. Especially those women that have been through miscarriage have a really tough time with this when they are trying again to conceive, and they're wondering if they're going to miscarry again, or if they're going to be healthy enough to be able to carry the pregnancy. This is really, really important to implement because it's one of the number one things for me that's really helped reduce my own anxiety is to address the concerns and write down a new story or flip the script that's going on in my head. So it's an important habit that you can get into that can really address what's going on in your life and help to reduce your stress. So go ahead and try to write down some of these concerns and then write a new story to it. And then guys, see how your day goes. See what happens that day, because a lot of times what we're worried or concerned about really doesn't happen. It turns out a lot better than we thought it would. So I would encourage you guys to definitely implement this way of reducing stress by writing a new story. So the number 4 way that you can reduce stress when trying to conceive is to every night before you go to bed, or you can do this first thing in the morning, is to go over in your head the wins you had every single day. Look at what good happened that day. Look at the good that's going on in your life and all the accomplishments that's happening in every aspect of your life, and go over, pick out 3 wins that you had that day. And this could be surrounding your fertility. Let's say you had struggles ovulating and this month you ovulated, and that could be a win, or you were able to schedule time to be able to try to conceive. That's another win. And then you were able to do it. It was another win. So, and then personal wins too, like you got a promotion at your job, or that you were, a physical thing would be that you wanted to try to climb a mountain and you were able to finally get all the way up that mountain. And so, yeah, looking at our accomplishments and celebrating these accomplishments in our lives is really, really important. And again, it's redirecting your thoughts towards healing thoughts, towards good things, as opposed to, things that are going bad in your life or what could happen that's bad. So number 5 way that you can reduce stress when trying to conceive is to actually de-stress. Even though all these things I'm suggesting are helpful in de-stressing you, there are ways that you can consciously do this every single day. And these types of ways, you can go and exercise. That'll help you de-stress. And you definitely want to do something that is enjoyable, something that's not a heavy amount of impact on your body or stresses your body out. So things like yoga, qigong, going outside in nature and taking a walk, and then doing morning rituals that will help de-stress you, that are personal development, spiritual time, quiet time, meditation, and then doing evening rituals too that'll help you get organized for the night, or actually for the next day. And that will help anything that's going on in your head. Maybe you can write that down, or reading a really good book. I wouldn't suggest reading books on fertility necessarily, or maybe watching videos on fertility. That'll get your mind thinking about it. But yeah, and just having something that's really gonna help calm you at night is really helpful, so that will set you up for getting a good night's sleep. My number 6 tip for a way that you can reduce stress when you're trying to conceive is to get things out of your life that are increasing your stress. And so understand that if it's not serving you, don't do it. If it's not worth thinking about, don't think about it. If it's an appointment that's not necessary, don't make it or cancel the appointment that you think is not necessary. And if you don't need to spend money on something like, for instance, coffee, don't spend money on it. So just try to take those things out of your life that are stressing you out. And it could be a job, which is a really huge decision to make, to change jobs. But you need to look at every aspect of your life that's causing stress. And if it's not serving you, just take it out of your life. It isn't worth it. And this will benefit you when you get pregnant. And my number 7 way that you can reduce stress when trying to conceive is to take a break. Now, I know that this can seem counterintuitive because when you're trying to conceive, you're trying to have a baby, and this is stopping the process of that happening for you. But it is only temporary, and it can be really necessary at times, because just the act of you trying to conceive every month, adding that stress into your life, is really not helping the situation. And it's kind of like you're going up against a wall every single month, and you're having this cycle of grief and loss every month when your period comes and you're not pregnant, which is causing you more stress and more anxiety over time, and maybe causing you even more symptoms that will cause more fertility issues. Or if you have a diagnosis already, it's complicating it more. So this is probably one of the hardest things that I have to suggest to my patients when they come and see me, is to kind of just take a break and allow their bodies to heal. And again, like I mentioned before, the health of the parents at the time of conception is what helps to make a healthy baby. So giving yourself the time to heal and, relax and calm things down for a while, it's temporary, understand, and setting aside you're trying to conceive for now will really do wonders for you in helping you to de-stress. And you can get back to it when you're ready, all right? So like I said, it's just temporary. Take the time to focus after yourself. Take the time to do things that will make you feel happy and bring joy into your life. And try to work out, what's going on in your mind. And much of what I suggest actually does that, okay, in the other steps that I suggest to do. But you want, like I said, to address the fears that's going on. And then you want to take a look at physically things that may be going on, like nutritional deficiencies, and maybe trying doing a spiritual, emotional, physical detox. Basically, just shift your mindset around the situation while you're taking the break. It's really good. And let me just note one more thing. This is a little extra. If you don't know what's going on, and maybe you haven't figured that out, or you have unexplained fertility issues, maybe you haven't even gone to the doctor, okay? You really want to try to find out what's going on. I really don't like that diagnosis, unexplained fertility, because it just leaves you not knowing what's going on and not being able to take any actions to be able to help yourself. So, or except for trying, right? So really trying to figure out what's going on is helpful, and I wouldn't necessarily get on Dr. Google to try to figure it out. Go definitely to your fertility endocrinologist if it's been a while that you haven't been able to get pregnant, and really within 3 to 6 months if you're not getting pregnant is what I would suggest, because a year could be, just wasting your time. And there are pre-pregnancy or preconception tests that they can do for both you and your partner. Really, really important to get that done. So that's just an added note. But anyway, guys, I want to hear from you. What ways do you like to de-stress? Give a comment below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And let me know what kind of videos you want me to do. Maybe more videos surrounding this topic, and I would love to do more videos on this subject. There's so much more I could talk about with it. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a video. And guys, love and blessings to you and to you trying to conceive.